Welcome to this premiere broadcast of the Beloved Miracles TV network. We are with an amazing couple today, and we are in an amazing setting here in Portugal. I've had the opportunity over the last few days to visit Rui Gabriel and be spoiled in ways that over time, as we continue to produce more production here, you'll be introduced to. Today, I have Bia, who is Rui's daughter, and I also have Alex, the son-in-law. And what they have been building together as a couple is what we're going to tap into today. So thank you, number one.
Thank you.
Thank you for making a time to do this. I'm honored to get to sit here and hear how you guys have been building together as a couple. Tell us a bit of the story. Where does that begin?
It begins, well, ever since we started going out, it kind of started straight away. You've probably heard this before, but Alex has a crazy, amazing, cool, transformational story in terms of like his personality and his way of viewing the world and stuff like that. And ever since the beginning, it's like we knew we loved each other, right? We knew that we were going to build something together. So what I think it started there straight away. We were committed to each other.
We wanted to grow. Wanted to grow together, and we wanted to be free together. We wanted to, go out, experience the world, and start our little nest. So that's what we wanted to do, and that's our story. Our story starts there in the beginning, when we decided to go abroad and work, because here in Portugal, there's not a lot of work. It was being hard, the job market was pretty flooded with everything. So we just decided, let's go abroad. Everybody's telling us to go abroad. So that's what we did, and it was a very interesting venture because we grew a lot there. We grew together, like through adversity, you find your strengths, and it was slightly like that, but we're living hard moments there. One moment we were homeless because
this is in England, London specifically.
Yes.
Yeah, we never got to sleep like outside because we had friends there who were nice and they gave us rooms. But it was what it was, right? And the good thing about it was that it gave us the opportunity to really define what we don't want in our lives, and also that helped us define what we do want. So it was after that it was easy to sort of move through the waves and just do what we had to do, right? And eventually in London we started being part of this community, right? And we started learning a lot about the internet and being free, and we were like, we've been talking about this for years.
Exactly, and you know how it is when you have a job. Sometimes you just get trapped in it, right? And living your day-to-day life, going to work, going back to work, and then at the end of the month you only have this much. Okay, let's try and make do with this. So we were just tired of that, and then we found this system, and that's when we decided to, invest more in us, in our transformation, because I think that then was like one of the cornerstones to our story was getting in and being here and being together and starting to build a business together online, which was for us we didn't know anything. That was the start of it, and that basically I'll leave it to that right now. And it was just amazing. I'm very thankful that let's just say that, of everything that I went through.
In what way do you complement each other, right? Working together as a couple doesn't necessarily mean doing the same exact thing. Can you describe a little bit of how what you do supports each other?
Well, we've had various different dynamics as we started working from home. It's very different. Being our own boss is very different than having other people telling us what to do. So we had to find this dynamic between each other and how this would work, right? So our first try was, Alex is really good with computers. So Alex is gonna go full time and really, get this thing going. and I'm gonna finance the business with work, right? So I was still working at my job, and he started working from there. And then eventually my dad was like, my parents, my family didn't know the way we were living in London, right? We were like keeping it real quiet and just trying to pull through, right? And in that month, my dad made a bunch of money with the system. So he called us up and was like, look, I heard that you guys are going through some trouble. Do you want to come over and you can work as my assistant? So after that, we were like, oh, okay. So we got to get really close with the system and with the community and with everything, right? And with Rui, right? And that gave us a lot of freedom to work on not just the system itself, but how people can use the system to their benefit to discover and develop themselves as people and as professionals in whatever area that they're interested in, whatever passion they have.
So we kind of like got immersed in this community as soon as we got back here from England. We got immersed in this community and the way everything was working and learning about blogs. So we were learning and doing and helping other people do it, you know. So it was like kind of like we're living the dream right now, you know. And it's been pretty much like that ever since.
Yeah.
We've been here. We've been always together with Rui.
And we do pretty much a little bit of everything. In the beginning, we had like separate jobs, right? You do this and I do this, and you're responsible for that, and I'm responsible for this. But after a while, and because we started giving way to expressing our talents and our personal interests as well. So Alex is becoming a hypnotherapist, and I'm trying to get my art, you know, out. We sort of do, you know, we help in whatever way we can. That's how we complement each other. So if he needs something that I can help with, then I'll do it. And if I need something that he can help me with, then I'll do it. And it works the same way with everyone here. And that's the whole basis of working together and building something together, is maybe Alex is an expert in computers, but I know stuff about Canva and about social media that he doesn't know about. So I'm going to help him with that.
Which is very true.
You know, and he'll help me with more technical things. You know, we'll just, you know, that's what it is. You know, wherever you see there's a need, you know, that you can help with and fill, that's what we do, basically. And just support each other and as much as we can.
What I hear is that there was no loss of independence at the same time that you were coming together and building the bridge of a shared way of working together. I also hear that you each were able to still pursue, and you're still pursuing today, your own interests at the same time.
Yes. Our having a business together it's changed a lot of things, but for the better, I think. You know, we actually have a baby that is our little business that we have always on the background. It's always there. We grab it, we do things with it. Okay, now it's time to change. Let's change this. Sometimes we go and move on to other projects. It's just being.
And a baby, you said.
Yeah, it's almost like a baby.
There's a sense of being parents, right? Being parents to something you're creating together in terms of a business.
Yeah, it's like a responsibility, right? You're not going to start something and then, you know, just leave it. You know, that you don't become a parent for that, right?
Especially
you want to develop it and make it better and better and better as much as you can, right? And
I think especially when you get down to the mission part and the vision, right? When you start really feeling what you're doing, like my job is to help people. How cool is that? You know?
Very cool. Which is why I'm thrilled to be doing this interview with you, because it's my hope that bringing the stories of couples out in terms of service to others will inspire more couples to find their own expression. Yeah. Were there any other couples that inspired you guys? Are there any role model couples that are living this dream that you have that inspire you toward your own expression of it?
Well, just to mention the obvious ones, Rui and Melissa, you know.
Okay.
And I don't know, like I can't name just like that. We've went through, so many people have come and gone through our life. Like I think every single one.
We get inspiration from pretty much anything, right?
Yeah.
It's like you see a couple in the way they work, even if you don't identify with it, that's what you've learned. You've learned that you don't want that, right? Or if you see a couple that interacts in a way that you find interesting, then you can be inspired by that, right? We just take from here and there. I like those guys. I like those guys.
And an entire community has grown here between Portugal and Spain.
Yeah. Oh, totally. This amazing system has like brought people together. Just and it's really cool because we're all sort of like-minded. You know, it's like it's as you've been finding so far. Like we kind of think like you do. You're not the only crazy one.
Yeah, we are a bit oddballs, aren't we? In terms of how the world looks at these things, yeah, and doesn't realize the inherent bridge building quality, not just between couples, but between individuals.
Yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. My being here for a few days has me feeling just as much a part of your vision and your mission as probably those of you who've been in it for years, and that's just happened within a few days. So that's what's so inspiring to me, is how infectious what you guys are doing is, and how it truly has grown into, what are the numbers now of a community between Portugal and Spain? You're in the hundreds,
but
right?
the hundreds. It's in the hundreds. I can't name for sure. Like it's always changing. You know, like last week we had like seven other people that we did not know in the past event. Like it was just the other day, and like I was like meeting people and greeting them. Like I did not know like where they come from, anything. I just like, ooh, you're new. Hey, welcome to the family. You know, like it happens.
So I'm not the only one being attracted.
Oh no,
what
definitely
you guys are
not.
doing.
Like we're creating a big wave here, and I think it's gonna spread out, and it is spreading out. Like we can see it clearly.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of good energy. There's a lot of contribution and collaboration and support and all kinds of wonderful things.
Are there any single people in this larger community that have somewhat come together because of the system?
Yeah,
Interestingly
actually,
enough, in the story, like
we know at least one.
One case.
At least one.
Yeah, between Paulo Garcia and
George, they met at an event or something.
They're not longer with us. They're doing their own thing now. But there was one of the things they came here. They met each other and they started something together, which was cool.
Yeah.
You know?
So love, right? There is a thread of love, loving what you're doing, loving what you're creating and building together.
That's
that
important. You
truly
can't.
can spark love in other ways as well.
Yeah. You can't give all of you into something if you don't love it. So that applies to everything. It applies to relationships, and it applies to your business too. If you don't love it and you don't love what it's doing for you and for the people around you, then it's gonna be really hard to make it work, because you'll be like, how do you work on something that you don't really believe in, right?
That begs the question, doesn't it? Like, what do you specifically, Bia, what do you love most about what you're building together with Alex?
I love that people from all walks of life here have the opportunity to discover themselves. There's a lot of introspection and self-exploration, self-discovery, and that comes with personal development as well, because once you know your flaws and you know where you can get better, that means you can get better. Yeah. So there's so many stories just of amazing transformations of people in their personal lives and also in their professional lives, and to be part of this community, to be part of that story, and to know that you did your part in that is really fulfilling.
I mean, I can feel it in my gut as you speak it.
Yeah.
It's strong, strong. Alex, the same. What do you love most about getting to build this with Bia?
Well, first, I think there's a big thing that we're forgetting, is that we actually spend most of our day like together, which is absolutely brilliant. Like for me, like that's like 5-star right there, right? Being able to be together with her all day long and working on our whatever we have to do, either if it's a project online, if it's a project outside, if it's grabbing the camera, whatever it is. I feel that we're always close by. We always know what the other one's doing. We trust. It's I don't know. It just becomes beautiful. I don't know. And then it's the fact that we are helping people. You know, I like to, me especially, I like my business because I like to talk to people, and sometimes you find those locks, you know, inside your head, and then let's work on that. Let's open a new perspective. Let's shed light, you know. So I think that's it for me. For me, it's being able to bring the light to the people, you know, lighting them up.
And doing it together with the people you love and the people you're closest to is like the cherry on the cake, right?
I mean, this is a bit of a family business for you guys as
Yeah,
well.
no,
It is for
it's
us.
totally
Yeah,
a family
it is, it really
business.
is. It's
Like
cool.
I'm behind Rui 100%. If whatever he needs me to do, I'll do it. He'll ask me, and
Yeah,
I'll
and
do
the
it.
same with everybody else, right? It's like, we need to shoot a video today, or do you want to come over and you know, take some pictures or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like we all get to work together and make it really fun because we all really like each other, right? So it's cool. It's extra fun that way. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like work. It just feels like we're hanging out doing cool stuff.
Brilliant, brilliant. What advice would you give to other couples who are wanting to build something together?
Find allies. That's my first thing, is like find allies and find people that are, they either have what you want to have, or that that they just call to you and they just like provide some guidance, you know, like a sort of mentorship. Look for mentors, look for people who are doing the things that you want to do. How are you going to get there, you know? Get in contact with them, talk with them.
Networking,
Networking,
basically, right? And get to know people and get immersed in the world, right?
In the world, whatever world that may be, because everyone has got their passion, right? And if they want to build something together, I really, really advise to take a look at this system. What we've been doing here is amazing, and the work we're doing is amazing, and we're just gonna keep on. That's basically that's all I have to say. I don't know if you want to add to this.
Any further advice that you would give them?
I think I would say, remember that everybody is a human being just like you. So that lead that comes into your list is not a dollar sign, and they're not like just the email address. There is a person there, and also your partner. There's a person there too. I know there can be a lot of clashes between couples, especially if they're working together, right? And they're spending 24 hours a day together. There can be some backlashing, right? But if you always come from a place of understanding and love and tolerance and acceptance, right? And if you know that you're both working for the same thing, you both want to reach the same goal, then you know that whatever backlashing there is going to be a constructive one, because you're always going to learn, and you're going to be able to adapt according to each other. So difference in opinion sometimes is a good thing, because you'll get to reach a balance there where there wasn't one before.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah. I often sign off by saying, because together we overcome. This word overcoming, is there anything that you would highlight that you have overcome because of what you're doing together, that maybe on your own you weren't able to overcome?
Everything. Like once we have decided to be together in a relationship, and we decided this is serious, we want to see how far we can take this, you know. So that's our first goal, is we are together. What do we want? Where are we going to achieve together? How is our relationship going to be in the future? You know, a lot of future planning, and
Yeah.
then it's like every wall if we hit a wall, we decided we're gonna be together in a side-to-side position, because we are facing this one wall. We're not gonna be occupied, focused on other things and on how angry we are or whatever. We focus on, okay, we're in this situation. How can we deal with this? Let's move forward. Okay, how can we move forward? How can we together move forward, not leave one person behind? That is important too.
Just kind of brainstorm in the most, outsider perspective kind of way as much as we can, and just think, okay, so sit down, let's figure this out, and let's see how we can make this work. Just write a bunch of ideas down, and
We have a whiteboard just for that. I love a whiteboard. my ideas there and then discuss them and like just put everything together, all the pieces of the puzzle working. And then we gave birth to with a little baby online, which was Bloggers Rule. Our blog for a very long time it's been Bloggers Rule, and we decided to make it almost like a training center. At that moment was slightly like a training center and idea sharing. I had ideas, we had ideas that we wanted to share with the world, and it's like it's our vehicle to the world, and people have come and they, man, so cool what you're doing, I love your blog, I like this video, I like that video, and it's great, it's gratifying. Yeah. And I'm really truly thankful for everything. Even today, standing here, thank you for this.
Thank you. And I've always been curious to ask you, because I've heard this room called the Kingdom. Can you detail a little bit of how it got that name and why it holds that name?
The Kingdom goes a little bit hand to hand with our dynamic as a couple. We're supposed to be, ourselves, 100% ourselves, just honest and transparent, and there's no judgment, there's no hard feelings towards anything, because we know that we love each other, we know we're both going to the same place. So taking that into consideration, the Kingdom is like a metaphorical space, like safe place, like a bubble, right? Where that's exactly what you do, right? You're 100% honest, you are yourself, we can talk about whatever we want with no judgment whatsoever, and sometimes get things off your chest that you need to get out, right? It's like, don't worry about it, just let it all out, sometimes it's some bad words and some cussing is important as well, right? But that's basically what the Kingdom is, and it doesn't apply just to us, right? Whoever comes over is automatically in the Kingdom and is free to express and be
and learn and learn with the people that come.
Yeah, and share
and sharing everything, because this is a sharing space. This is the Kingdom. It's where we live, where we work, and where our friends come over, and when we talk and we discuss these things, as we're doing right now, we're at home, man.
Yeah.
Just no more Friday night.
Yeah.
So this is a safe space where the signal, like I get a sense that what you guys are doing is like a signal being broadcast out. And others have an opportunity to, almost like the old radio dial,
tune
in and get that, get it solid in the signal connection and be able to listen and tune in and find out what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You're sharing, right? You're regularly broadcasting out the sharing of this adventure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And how would people tune into that? How would you suggest anyone watching or listening to this now would follow you and plug into the Kingdom?
Facebook.
Facebook,
Instagram.
and Instagram, and everywhere. We're everywhere, but our blog is good enough. If you go to bloggers-rule.com.
Bloggers-rule. R-U-L-E.
R-U-L-E.
.com.
Yeah, and we like to talk to people. We like input and output.
I'm sorry,
So-
most of the blog will be in Portuguese, I do have to say. but
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
That's worth mentioning.
But nowadays we're trying to work this whole translation thing.
Automatic
so
translation.
automatic translation. Now, in the I would say the near future, we'll have automatic translation, and people will just go there, select the language.
And there's Google Translate as well. You can throw
Yeah.
a whole website into Google Translate.
Exactly.
There you go.
And I'm sure they can tune in well enough to understand most of the message.
Yeah.
Yes. Or
And-
just message us on Facebook,
Exactly.
and we'll be happy to share some things.
Brilliant. Well, I look forward to this opportunity to share more of what you guys are doing. And hopefully we'll have a chance to loop back and check in with you in a month or
Cool.
6 months and
Yeah.
see how the signal is further extending to a worldwide community in Portuguese and Spanish, as I understand, and out and out and out. I
Yeah.
have a sense what you guys are doing is going to go a long ways.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Anything else you want to share that I haven't asked you?
I'm good. I don't know.
So many things.
So many,
It is a lot.
We could just sit here for hours.
I could talk for days. Just give me a subject. What, the universe? I'll talk about the universe.
So there you go. Anyone watching this now, Alex is ready to entertain any question. Throw it into the safe kingdom, and Bia and Alex will respond. Brilliant, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
And for more of this is just the beginning, premiere of what we're going to begin to share with you, of profound stories and profound examples just like these two, to inspire us, to remind us that there is a safe space, as you guys have created with the kingdom. And we can share in others at the same time that we can be empowered to create our own. Because truly, together we do overcome. And that's been my experience with my wife, as a couple in my own relationship, and it's been happening for long enough now that I'm compelled to connect with others that are having a complementary message to be added in a way that we don't lose our independence, we don't lose our individuality. There's no surrendering of our ability to freely express who we are at the same time that we can empower one other or many others to have a similar freedom and inspiration to be self-aware and to get that message out, whatever that message is that's in you. Some people say there's too many people on the planet, and I just don't believe it. I think every single person here is needed, is wanted, and has a story to share, a piece to the puzzle. And you could say that I'm compelled to do this because I want to call for you to bring your puzzle piece so that we can put together a larger picture, a worldwide picture of a human family, not just communities and blood families, but I believe that in a complementary way we're going to piece together a larger picture of hope, of inspiration, and the ability to overcome anything and everything that we have before us to face. So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to the Beloved Miracles YouTube channel, and definitely join the community that you'll find on Facebook. And until next time, because together we overcome.